Yo, what up, Asheville? It's your boy Convenience, and welcome back to The Visionary. On this episode, I'm going to be interviewing Jupiter May. What up, Jupiter?
Hey,
So,
how you doing?
so should I call you Jupiter or just May?
Oh,
or Jupiter May?
Oh, just Jupiter's fine.
Jupiter, okay, because, I don't know, I just felt like Jupiter, I don't know. I felt like I had to say, the whole name if I say Jupiter. But yeah, I guess I'll just call you Jupiter. So, tell me, where was you born and raised at?
I'm from Hesperia, Michigan.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it's actually a village.
Mm-hmm.
There's less than 1,000 people.
Oh, that's small.
So it's small town kid.
Oh yeah. So, being from a small town area, how was your childhood like as a kid? Your daily.
Honestly, I did not have the greatest childhood.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no. I lived with my mom for the first 7 years, and honestly it was just kind of getting shuffled around from house to house because she wasn't exactly stable. My mom was an alcoholic growing up, so that was rough. And then she just kind of dropped me off at my dad's house one day and disappeared.
Damn.
So then I'm an only child, so
Well, yeah, I mean that's good that you're an only child, but not good at the same time because
right.
I don't know what I'd do without my siblings. To be honest, yeah. So, what was your favorite thing to do as a kid?
Dance.
Dance?
Dance has always been one of my favorite things, but I love, acting, music, poetry, but dance is probably number one.
Oh yeah, so so is that what you would be doing right now if you wasn't doing music?
Yeah, I probably am going to look into seeing if I can teach some hip hop here in Asheville.
Oh, okay.
Got to get a couple other things moving, but I would love to teach a class here.
Okay. That's actually a really dope idea because it's actually really cool to see people that don't follow trends and do what everyone else is doing, you know?
Yeah.
So, I guess what was your favorite place to eat, either back home or here?
Oh gosh. Well, I'm vegan now.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah,
I love just cooking at home.
Mm-hmm.
When I ate meat, it was Red Lobster.
Okay. I ain't never ate Red Lobster, so I don't know what all the hype is about. So.
Oh man, yeah, I was a seafood girl. I honestly, meat never was really that great. It was I was fine, But
yeah.
But I'm definitely into veganism now, and so really, I love to travel a lot. So whenever I go to a new city, I'm instantly looking for the new hot spot, the new vegan spot. I just want to try everything, but I love cooking at home.
Oh, yeah, so I don't know. Asheville's more of a organic type, hippie type
Yeah.
city. So there's obviously a lot of vegan places.
Yeah.
So do you have any favorite vegan places or?
Here in town,
Yeah.
I think the standout for me is Plant.
Plant?
I've been there a few times, and it's just awesome.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not sure how they're doing right now with COVID because their dining experience is not exactly takeout.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, no, I mean it's definitely the kind of place you want to sit down and and enjoy a meal, and it's it looks beautiful on the plate, and yeah.
Okay, so are you going to be taking a trip there when all this COVID shit clears up?
Yes, heck yes.
Oh yeah. So what was your music taste as a kid?
I have a really interesting variety.
Tell me about
born,
it.
born in the 80s, so I grew up in the 90s, and honestly, that's there was no Spotify or you can just listen to a whole bunch of things. You bought an album, and that was the album that you would listen to over and over again, and those albums for me were Eminem and Britney Spears and Spice Girls and TLC, especially Crazy Sexy Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard that album?
No, I haven't.
Oh my gosh. Very, very 90s.
Yeah. Well, it's actually I'm actually glad you brought up Eminem because Eminem was the last I'd expect for you to listen to. I didn't even think you would even be into the rap culture or anything. So
He's my favorite rapper.
really,
Yeah.
he's pretty good. I remember when I first found him out, I was kind of wasn't a fan, but then again, I was like, this was in like 2010, so you know, he was already like.
What album?
Yeah.
What was like the first song on the first album you listened
honestly,
to?
the first song was Not Afraid. That was like, yeah.
You know, that's not a bad one to start with. That's
no,
that's a really great song. Just
and see, the crazy thing was I didn't like it at first until like I heard a feature of him on another song, like a Lil Wayne song that I liked, and that's what got me into him. And I was like, okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
Oh man, yeah. I was probably, I'm trying to like think of like the years and the age range here, but just my high school experience. So, you know, 13, 14, 15, 16, growing up with Eminem, especially like coming from like a bad home, I really resonated with a lot of his anger.
Oh yeah. He does have a lot of anger.
Yeah. So I that honestly really helped me through a lot of times.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite rapper?
Honestly, my favorite one was like Lil Wayne because, you know, I listened to mainly like pop back like growing up until I was like 7 to 10, and then like my niece or my nephew, he had I don't want to say nephew because he was more like my cousin, but he put me on to some like Lil Wayne, and that was kind of like got me into like rap is like Lil Wayne, so okay. I got like stayed true to him, so I'm gonna have to say he's my favorite rapper.
That's what's up.
So who was your role models as a kid?
Honestly, Britney Spears and the Spice Girls.
Okay.
I just kind of going back to the dance thing. That's how I taught myself to dance, was watching Britney Spears do her choreography, and I would break it down and teach it to myself because I lived way out in the country in a single wide trailer. I mean, even in a small town, I was still very isolated, so I had a lot of free time to do that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, I mean that's honestly dope because I feel like, you know, I feel like if you're more isolated, you have like more time to think about yourself. And, like you know, you're enjoying life more because, you know, like you're not thinking about like materialistic things. You know, I don't know. But so when did you ever like first like want to start making music, or when did you first start making music?
The first time I performed was like in 4th grade, and I just have always known. I've always known that I wanted to be a singer, and rap came later.
You tried rapping?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
rap came later.
we got to wait till after this.
I wanted to be a singer first, because I grew up listening to, like, as a little kid, so Whitney Houston and Celine Dion and Mariah Carey and Michael Jackson. So that era of pop, those were like the singers that were really belting out. I was like, I want to be a performer. I want to be a singer.
Yeah.
Only later, like, did I kind of start to feel like what kind of a performer I wanted to be.
Okay, so with that being said, like, have you released any songs or anything like that?
I haven't on like Spotify or iTunes. I was definitely gearing up for that right before COVID hit, and that really shut everything down for me. So it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, I mean, like I heard like some like snippets on what is it, your Voicey or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard like some like snippets, and like it actually sounded like something like that would be in Asheville. Like it sounds like really like just different, you know? Like it's I don't like know like the word to describe it just because it's like I don't know. I fuck with it though.
Different.
Like,
thank
really
you. Yeah, it's always a blessing to be different, you know, especially now. So thank you.
No problem. But so how would you describe your music style?
Gosh, I am an emotional person, so maybe a little dramatic. I feel like when I'm angry, I'm pretty angry, and when I'm sad, I'm pretty sad, and when I'm happy, I'm really happy. So it goes like all over the place for me. But like vibe-wise, I want to find producers to work with who can make something that sounds really like spacey and like ethereal, atmospheric. You know,
that's kind of like what I was trying to think of. It's like a galaxy type like sound, you know. It's actually like, really dope. I fuck with it.
Thank you.
So, do you have any like collaborations that like you're like working on, or any future collaborations?
I'm working with a few artists in Charlotte right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. COVID time, can't get together, but we've been like sending our verses like back and forth to each other.
Hell yeah.
So that we can get ready for when we can get back in the studio and really make some things. And that stuff is going to go up.
Oh yeah. So how do you plan on like promoting your music like when it comes out? Are you going to do like a lot of Instagram stuff, like
Oh yeah, definitely Instagram. I want to go and perform live. I would really like to focus on North Carolina cities, because that's where I'm at. Asheville, Charlotte, and beyond, and go to open mics, perform, and build a fan base here in North Carolina before like traveling.
Oh yeah, see, like I feel like right now is a good time to, if you're going to do something in music and you're in Nashville, I feel like now is the time to do it, because like with all this, like I don't know what to call it, but it's like all this hype, and it's like there's a bunch of artists just coming up and there's just like so many artists, and it's like a wave just starting to form basically, and it's like, I feel like Asheville is really going to be on like the music scene like next 5 years. So.
I would absolutely agree. I just came from Nashville. I lived there for 7 years. I moved there in 2011 and basically just left and came here to Asheville a year ago. And the way that I see the city being built right now, I mean, just all the construction and all the things that are going on, I'm like, oh, this is gonna, in 5 years, this is gonna be a big.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And did you grow up here?
Yeah, I've actually was born in Mission Hospital.
Nice.
So yeah, like I've been here like all my life and everything, and I always like thought like Asheville was one of those cities, or like the normal cities that people grow up in, And so then like started getting music and started like watching people perform downtown, and I was like, okay, like music's like really starting to pop here.
So you've seen like the music,
get
big here. What I really like about Asheville is a lot of really unique acts come through.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you've heard of Scott Damage. He's like a rapper, but he's like he doesn't really rap. He's kind of a comedian like when he raps though. Like,
okay.
So like when he performs, he'll have you like cracking up and everything.
I like it.
I remember first time I went to like them types of shows, because the people I got done interviewing, they run with those people. And first time I went to like one of their shows, I seen him. He gets on stage and everything. He was basically like clowning himself, basically like you know what? I'm broke. I've been like wearing this shirt since like last week, but like I'm still here. And he was just like doing all that shit. And his voice is just so funny. He definitely has a personality. So
that's awesome. You gotta have a sense of humor, and you have to have a thick skin.
Oh yeah, definitely. So, where is your, or hold on, let me rephrase this. Where do you want this music to take you? Do you want it to like be big one day, or do you just want to like stay low key and just?
I've always wanted to make it big. I think my motives and my reasons have changed, and like the way I picture it has changed.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, what I'd really like is I want people to hear it. It's not about like fame, but I would just when you make art, you want people to hear it or see it, and kind of like be like, yeah, that touches me, that gets to me.
I remember when I was like wanting to make music, it was like I wanted it just so I could like see people like just like vibe out to the music and everything, and like be like, okay, that's like I'm basically in control of this, That's how I like pictured it. But
I've had a few jobs where the basic premise of my job was to host a party, and I love making sure that people have a good time.
Oh yeah, like it's always like a good time, like when everybody's like lit, I hate to see like a crowd and everybody's just like either just bobbing their head or just like standing there. It's like, if you don't like fuck with the music, at least like get lit and like encourage them to like do their best, because if they do their best, they're just gonna get better.
Yeah, so, absolutely.
Yeah. So, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, it would be nice just to have that fan base, like no matter how big or small it is, but like to have some real fans, like some people that really fuck with it.
Yeah.